Misanyo bansanga ndi bwerere mu room so okugezaako okulaba nti sifuna muntu yenna ategeera kuba baali banzijako masimu gange nabuuka mu kinaabiro nkwate essimu nga maze balaba nti bayinidde ewange kosi banyiga nnyo obulago era ndowooza ne ku fayiru zaabwe babitaddeko.
There is an orchestrated terror by the regime to abduct people so that they can instill fear in the opposition leaders. I've clearly noticed that everyone who is abducted and charged, they have the same case, even those who never were around the parade. The latest was DOREEN KAIJA. Was first abducted, then he was brought to Kira Road Station and was taken to Luzira Prison. In fact, today I was honored to go and visit her. Is in high spirit. DOREEN KAIJA said these statements when he was brought to police. Here's the tape.
Misanyo bansanga ndi bwerere mu room so okugezaako okulaba nti sifuna muntu yenna ategeera kuba baali banzijako masimu gange nabuuka mu kinaabiro nkwate essimu nga maze balaba nti bayinidde ewange kosi banyiga nnyo obulago era ndowooza ne ku fayiru zaabwe babitaddeko okuva lwe baleese omusawo waabwe but we fair on.
Bubaka kiboyeza okuweereza abaganda baffe abo abali mu byambalo era abakola
well ekisooka baganda baffe abali mu byambalo kye balina okusooka okumanya nti ffe be batulugunya weewaawo bali ku order naye teriyo mujaasi eyali abaddeko ow'enjawulo lwakutulugunya omujaasi yenna ow'enjawulo oyo yasobola okulwanirira eddembe so you either fight for us to be slaves or you fight for us to have our liberty. Era tubategeeza nti tebabalimba nti wajja beerawo akaseera wetujja okukowa kubanga waliwo gwe basse waliwo gwe batulugunyiza oba waliwo gwe bajjeeko amagulu ekyo tekisobola kukoma ffe tujja sigala nga tulwanirira ekyo kye tukkiririzaamu kubanga nze kyemmanyi era kyemmanyi kyentegeera nti abakulu abo boolaba abali mu byambalo waliko omupoliisi omu gwe mwalaba bamusanga ng'ali ku mulimu gwe wa traffic ye mateke yani era bamukuba masasi ne bamuggyako okugulu abamukuba ne beeyongerayo kitegeeza gwe wenna ali eyo kasita oba nga toli omu ku bo bajja kujja bakutuukeko.
So that is KAIJA as he was narrating what happened when he was being abducted. So one may ask, what is the reason between these abductions? Because they are not arrest. We know the procedure in which the police can pass through to arrest someone. What is so unique about these arrests is they don't even sometimes use the police, they use the UPDF and the army, sometimes the SFC. Okay? And I've always done several videos to talk about this. I don't want to talk about the charges because the case is in court. I may be charged for sub judice, but you clearly see that they are trying to cause terror. In France, there was the reign of terror under King Louis. They scared everyone who would come out to speak. They arrested everyone. Okay? And the aim was to silence the people. The more you silence the people, the more they resent the regime. Because the beauty of speaking up is when I have anger, I have somewhere to put it. If I speak, sometimes the anger can reduce. If you ban me from speaking, if you ban me from doing civil liberties, I may do something worse. Dictators don't know this. So KAIJA was abducted and now is in Luzira prison. And I think they are going to be left in prison for a long period of time, maybe till after election, which is unfortunate. Uganda is supposed to be free. Uganda must have its liberties. These are the things that are supposed to be looked at. When you look at the frivolous charges which you have put on KAIJA, you clearly see that there is the criminal justice system. And I call upon the judiciary that most political cases, people should be given bail. These things must stop of remanding everyone who comes on with a political charge. In fact, here are the charges when DOREEN KAIJA was being charged by the magistrate. Here's the step.
That is unlawful reading, contrary to section 45(1)(b) of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. Particulars of this offense. others still at large on the 12th of February 2025 at the National Unity Platform offices at Makere Kafule Wandele Akawempe Division in Kampala District without permission of the minister were present at a meeting or assembly of persons for training or drilling in the practice of military exercises, movements or evolutions. True or not true? So to count 5 offences relating to private schools contrary to section 41A of the Education Pre-Primary, Primary and Post-Primary Act, Cap 247. Particulars of this offence. KAIJA, DOREEN and others still at large between 2020 or thereabouts to date established or maintained a school which is classified and or registered which is not classified or registered in accordance with the law. True or false?
So you clearly see that judge is coming out to read the charges. One charge was drilling, unlawful drilling. Evidence is there, KAIJA wasn't around. 2, running a school without permission. We all know the School of Leadership is under the NUP. Political parties are allowed to go to make schools of leadership. In fact, the police came out with a letter requesting to be told what they do in the school, and they had a meeting. So it is a fishing expedition. I don't want to talk about the case. I may be charged for subject. Let me stop there. Let's continue.
Conspiracy to commit a felony contrary to section 363 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. KAIJA, DOREEN and others at large on the 12th day of February 2025 at National Unity Platform offices at Makere Kafule Wandele Akawempe Division in Kampala District conspired to commit a felony to wit unlawful drilling. True or false?
So, those are part of the charges that were preferred during KAIJA. One of the most common is conspiracy to commit a felony. It is being put on each and every political leaders. Everyone who comes out to challenge Yoweri Kaguta Museveni from BSJ, etc., that charge, they have ever faced that charge. So someone comes out to tell me that we are under democracy, that we have our civil liberties. Ugandans, I think this era, we've made a lot of losses. But our grandchildren will curse us. Our civil liberties are being taken away little by little. By the time we will wake up, it will be too early. We will not have a country. A country is supposed to be free. Why is it that everyone, I keep on telling people that General Museveni should come out and say there is no election, I'm going to lead up to my death. So that they should stop arresting people for opposing government. So that we can have a one-party state, no contestation, no elections. But the regime continues organizing elections and goes on to incarcerate people. These things must stop. In fact, I pray that during KAIJA continues to be strong, and I pray that he gets what she wants. A day will come, a day of reckoning will come when we shall have our liberty and democracy. Of course, that's my opinion. Many yours truly, Mr. Makindi, KAIJA Sulaiman Mawaga, the next MP for Makindi East constituency. I will see you on another one. Peace.
Soka katwene guno omukisa omubaka abadde kuyalangidde mutagenda kudda kubanga ndowooza oba omugugu gwamuyitiriddeko naye ate yimiridde wano nga ŋŋamba omukisa kubanga n'ekibiina tukiwewudde kukwali kusitole wadde baga tiketi yanyeeko tiketi ya KAIJA Sulaiman naye kati andekedde waazi ndi wano wentimbaza ngenda bayitako supiidi ng'ekizungirizi basewo ne banyawoze maaso gammwe kubanga ensonga nzitegeera.